Okay. Close. There we are. All right. Is this working? Let's find out, shall we? Where are we? Oh, we are. Okay, cool. Excellent. I just wanted to try out streaming art. So here we are. Yeah, I was just looking into trying to set up OBS, trying to get this starting so I can draw and stream as kind of incentive to try to get some of this animation done. So that was the idea anyway. So yes, I have audio. Where is it? Oh, hang on, I need to change the chat, don't I? Live chat. What up, Akari Sin? I see ya. I'm alive. Let me know. I think the mic might be a bit loud. Sorry. Let me know if it's a bit loud, and I'll turn it down. But yeah, I don't. This is my first time trying something like this. So yeah, I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm not a computer guy. So glad you're live. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. All right. I got some music ready to go. Where is it? Mic is fine for you? Yeah. It's just that when I get a bit louder, it goes into the red, and I'm not sure if that comes across as it being extremely loud, but if it's fine, it's fine. Hello from Italy. Love your animations. Ah, cheers. Yeah, hopefully they'll get done sooner than later, but we'll see, right? The way that I do stuff is incredibly slow, so hang on. And that should be kind of quiet compared to my voice, because I got a whole bunch of video game music ready to go, so should be ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Let's draw something, shall we? Okay, so you should be able to see my mouse and my flash and whatnot. Well, yeah, the program I use is Flash anyway, so I missed your spaghetti arm animations, right? Yeah, speaking of, I'm not sure how loud. I think this might be loud. I play this.
That's what you think.
I'm not sure how loud the actual audio from Flash is going to be, but this also might be loud. I think I might need to turn this down as well.
If that's what you think.
Yeah, because what I'm currently doing, I'm currently working on the roughs for this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these off, and I'm trying to get some help on this to try to get it done faster. I thought this playlist was set to shuffle. What the hell? Shuffle playlist. Shuffle is. But it's on. And how come it played number 2? Weird. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Strange. It played the second number in the playlist randomly. Flash is fairly loud. Yeah, I thought so. Hang on. I just need to turn that down. It's 5 AM for you? Goodness. Hang on. How do I do this? Hold on. I'm not a PC guy, I swear. I need individual sound settings. Oh god, how do you do this in like modern Windows? If it's like an older version of Windows, I'd have it, but my goat is back. I'm back, baby. Hang on, I might need to go to. Oh goodness. I may need to go into actual proper audio sounds. Where are we? Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking Sound mixer options. There we are. Okay, let's turn flash down to like 30. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, cheers. Just trying to find anything in Windows. It's like, goodness gracious. So now it should be.
If that's what you think.
Oh, it's still at 30, and still it's incredibly loud, but it should be better anyway. Oh no, it's at 40. I'll turn it down to like 30-ish. Right?
If that's what you think.
Yeah, it's better. Okay. But yeah, I'm more or less like working on the roughs, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw each individual frame, and then I'm going to send it over to a good friend of mine, and he's going to draw over them. So that's the general idea of how to try to get this done faster.
What if it's content?
So, yes. Also, this might be spoilers, but whatever. You're here, I guess. You can see all this. Look at all this work that I've been doing. Oh my goodness, all this work. I'm currently on this part here. Don't worry, I can't just not make it a swear. Okay, so need to add the last part of slowdown for this frame anyway, and then shall get into some brand new poses. Incredible work. Yes, I do try. Yeah, because I've always said, like, with animation, or with any art form, if you're gonna try, well, I guess some people just like making stuff for the sake of making stuff, but if you got the free time, whoops, that's a bit too big of a brush. If you got the free time, why not try to put in as much work as you can? More or less, like, I try to think of it like, what is it? Like chipping away at like a giant statue. Like, you're obviously not going to get it done in a day, but, you know, slowly over time. Do a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and eventually it's done. And as well, I've separated this into chunks as well, so each scene is its own individual thing, so I'm not staring at the project as a whole. I'm staring at each individual part. So once one part gets done, I can move on to the next one. And then slowly but surely, it'll get done eventually. And I remember someone said, it's worth working on something, you know, as much as you can, you know, if every day if you can. Like, even a little bit of progress is fine, because if you work on something 1% every day, in theory, it'll be done in 100 days, so I've always remembered that quote. So you slowly get there, right? Yeah, also, I forgot what's in this, like, music playlist, but I'm pretty sure it's entirely random. I think I found like a bunch of music like a while ago and just added a whole bunch and went from there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also made like a really small, like, basic Discord if you guys are interested. It literally has like 2 channels, text and audio, and that's it. Because the idea was, like, I want to give the link on stream and then people can just jump in and chat. That was the idea anyway, while I'm, you know, so I'm not sitting here in silence, but how long does an animation, like a 10-minute one, take you on average? Well, Well, how long were the individual parts? Hang on, let's have a look. I think they were like 5-ish minutes long, right? Let's have a look. Where are we? Hopefully my YouTube doesn't autoplay it, most likely will. Okay, it's not, it's fine. Oh, okay, yeah, so part 3 was 10 minutes. Yeah, so, okay, part 2 was the shortest, really. Huh. Yeah, but I remember part 1 and part 2 took me a year to complete each, and that's when I was working on it every day because I had no job. I was not employed. But part 3 took me a little bit longer because obviously I was only able to work on it weekends, and this is why part 4 is taking quite a while as well. So because I'm only able to work on it when I can, with little free time that I have anyway. So it all depends on how free I am. But I am getting help with these parts because I've got an artist that actually contacted me because a lot of my work in progress stuff that I did, I had no backgrounds, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want some help with backgrounds?" So I got him to help me out with the backgrounds for part 3, and he has also done some backgrounds for part 4. Hang on, let me just uncheck this like that. Where are we? Like this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So, and this one, and this one, and this one. So, yes. Give your best effort. I'll try. We're gonna do it one frame at a time, right? Artist collaboration, yeah, and as well it's great for me as well because I can more or less draw the roughs and then send it over to him, and then he does the work. I mean, he's not doing it for free. Like I am actually paying him out of my pocket, but because the amount of work that I put into this is insane, and I wouldn't expect anybody else to do it for free. So, because most commonly you don't see anybody animate on ones, and when I show them my stuff, they're like, "Are you borderline insane, my man?" Like if you look at the timeline up here, like this should not look like this in stand animation because stand animation is usually on 2s. Which is one frame, one drawing every second frame, where I'm doing one drawing every frame. So, yes, it's that's far more work than you should be putting in, but you get the extra smoothness, right? Which I guess I'm kind of known for. So, there's also that. I love your Persona 4 parody. Oh, cheers. Hey, me too. How about that? Yeah, what was I gonna say? That's crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think I don't know. I wasn't really influenced by like any like animation to do it like this. I kind of just like started making stuff like this because I didn't know otherwise. So because I'm more or less self-taught with any kind of art that I do. So this is kind of just how I've always done it. Never really known otherwise. Do you have a Patreon that I can give you, or anything that we can give you to make it easier for you? I did have a Patreon a little while ago, but I didn't like the fact that I had a Patreon because I didn't like that I had kind of a responsibility to try to keep up. To be like, oh no, if I don't get stuff done, they'll be mad, and I don't know. I've always felt a bit iffy about, I don't know, I've always done this for free because it's just a hobby for me, but yeah, I think like the one time that I actually got paid to do something and I had a deadline to do it, I pretty much hated it. So if it was that all the time, I'd be like, But then again, I guess people will be fine with it you know, they'd be like, you know, just make what you want, and when it's done, it's done. Like, I could make it so that, you know, whenever a product's done, then people get charged. But still. Yeah, because the reason why a lot of this has taken quite a while is because I have an actual job, which eats up a lot of my time, so... Otherwise, I'd be working on this, like, every day. That track just got cut off early. What the hell? That was weird. Keep up, love the work. Oh, cheers for the 20. You have to do that. Thank you very much. I've barely done anything. Wow. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works with like donations with YouTube, but hey, I'm not going to say no. Will you make more Persona 4 or Skyrim videos? Well, the plan is, minus spoilers, I guess, but I guess I can tell you guys if you guys are here listening. The idea is what I have for after part 4, because with the original comic dub, there's a 5th final part and then it ends. I'm not going to make any more original parts beyond the 5th final part, but the idea is what I want to do is I want to make all 5 parts into... Oh, what the hell? OBS disconnected. What happened? Is that this connection? Wait. Am I still on? Hang on. Oh no, I'm still live. Okay, weird. I just got a weird notification from OBS. I think it might cut out or something. But yeah, the idea is what I want to do is I want to make a big long video with all 5 parts in one, and it's going to have its own animated intro as well as original song, which is going to be a cover of the animated song from the animation series, the anime. Because I've already got somebody to make a cover for me, and I'm going to eventually find someone to do vocals for it as well, so that's the idea. And I'm not sure if I'm going to reach out to another studio to try to make the custom intro, but I might just do it myself, so we'll see. Okay.
That's what you think? I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it looks alright. I don't think I need to slow that down anymore. That's so cool. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. And as well, a suggestion that I did here is, with the credits for the full thing, I might do like images that go by, or like bits and pieces of parts of the rest of the game, because obviously I'm not going to make any more parts beyond what there already is with the original dub, but just to be like, hey, you know, this is what happens with the rest of the game, right? Yeah, that kind of idea. I need just this headset. Ooh. So like later on stuff, yeah, beyond Shadow Teddy, it's like when they, you know, have the watermelon party, and when they go to the snow, and when they get their scooters and stuff like that. So that kind of idea. Okay, so from here, I think I want to make him crouch down more and more, and he's kind of posture to kind of warp, because he's gonna like spring down, or he's gonna kind of like coil up like a spring and then spring out. He's like, I'm gonna go on the girl's tent right now, and then zoom off, right? So So we want to go like this. Sure. And then we can kind of like clench up his fist a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Right. The original drawings coming in. Because I always like to take at least one image from the original comic, and then use that and the rest of my own. Like that's taken from the original comic, so. But the rest I like to do completely original. So at least one pose from the original comic is going to be there at some point. But the rest there, I just do whatever, or whatever I think is applicable, right? There's like a lot of things I always see, and like a lot of animations that people do, they rely way too much on, I guess, like the random humor, or here's a very funny face, isn't it funny? Like, I don't know. It can be funny, but when that's your reliant crutch, it's like that's a bit too much. Do you have the comic up for reference too? Yeah, I've downloaded all the files from Sapphire's dub, and I've got them in a folder somewhere, so I can bring them up, and then I pause, and then I use them for reference, and then go from there. But otherwise, all the other drawings are just completely my own. I think I want to get rid of this hairline, because I don't want to go and erase lines later, and then, oops, and then I'll erase other lines in the process. So, get rid of that one. Yeah, it's also something I've also started doing as well. You can see, like, in a lot of Part 1, Part 2, like, there were characters that had, like, you know, their, like, heads, like, just sitting on their neckline like that. And that's something that I've also always I've noticed as well with my art. Something that I've kind of tried to stop doing. Making their bodies attached accordingly. Maybe I want his head kind of like, oh, maybe I want his like head like tilted a bit. If we do that, then hang on, I want to get rid of that neck entirely, so I can do that. And then get the old, where is it? The lasso, right? Let me go. Also, I'm not sure what music this is. I think there's like a video they added, which is like 8 hours of just like random, relaxing music, right? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 9 hours of like obscure, relaxing music. Let's see. That's why I'm like, this doesn't sound familiar. Maybe why. And I'm gonna move that down this way a bit. Yeah, perfect. Also, I'm not sure this microphone's sensitive enough to pick up any background noise from my neighbors. Because there's a lot of barking dogs in my neighborhood. Also, my neighbor, which is like right next to me, he loves to play music on the weekend. So, though it shouldn't pick up any of that, but hey, you never know. I'm going to kind of crunch up a bit. Alright. I do think the comic has held up surprisingly well, considering it was made in Tumblr in like 2016. The humor still stands. Yeah, and that was like one reason why I wanted to go after it in the first place, because prior to actually having any knowledge about the game at all, I pretty much just knew about the comic itself, and I was like, this is hilarious. Like, I had no context of the game when I found the comic, and I just found it hilarious. Obviously, you get more out of it by actually knowing the game, but still, like, I've showed the dub to friends, and they're like, I don't understand what's going on. Especially people that try to do reaction videos to it, like, because everything goes by fucking lightning fast, and they have like no time to react, so which is absolutely hilarious. Like, by the time they try to like talk about something, like the next joke's already going. So but yeah, I did know about the game prior. I think, yeah, I did actually. I did know about the game prior to knowing about the dub, but like the dub was kind of like my first context about the game before actually playing through it myself. Oh, you want that eyeball just left a bit more. Yeah. Cool. We could just get that. Yeah, just get that in. That's fine. He kind of like loses detail as he becomes more weirder, right? Your animation was literally my introduction to Persona series, so it's kind of crazy. Who knows who I could have been without that knowledge, right? Yeah, I think there was somebody that I bought a sticker off, a Persona-based sticker. And they were like, and I tweeted at them being like, just showing them the sticker that I stuck to. I think I stuck to my laptop, yeah. But yeah, even they were like, oh, you were like my introduction to the series, so ironically, like, they wouldn't have done the art without knowing about it otherwise, so it's kind of ironic how that works. But if anything, I hope it inspires more people to like make, you know, more like detailed animations, I guess, or artwork based off anything really, because like you see like plenty of artists online that are trying to get stuff out as fast as possible, because there's always the mentality of, you know, I want to, you know, get that algorithm, and if I don't make something, people are going to unfollow me, and oh no, I'm going to lose subscribers, and oh no. Right. I think it was somebody was doing a dub to something, and it took them like a month per part, and even they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's taking so long. This took so long." And I'm like, and meanwhile, I'm literally taking years per project, and I'm like, dude, it's fine. People will wait. It's okay. They really like something. It's all right. There's like something on my screen, like a smudge or something. I'm trying to get rid of it. It's not budging. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think I'm going to crumple up a bit more. Oops. Social media's been a bit of a nightmare for artists. We got to bring back the traditions of artists being adopted by random people so they can paint forever, right? Yeah, well, I remember that was because I went to a Newgrounds meetup a year ago. But I remember that was a conversation that we had. It's like, yeah, it's when I win the lottery, so I could just sit at home all day just making cartoons, right? So IG fairies technically do that. Oh, I got no idea about that, but yeah. But yeah, that'd be the dream, right? If I can somehow pay my bills without having to go to work, then I could just sit at home all day and just make cartoons, which would be great. Maybe I want his eye to be completely closed, or... Or maybe, hang on. Maybe you want to do something completely else, actually. Kill this. Maybe I can, like, make him scrunch up entirely. Because what I'm thinking is... Maybe, like, gets to the point where he coils up where... Like, sinks in completely. Like, his head sinks in completely with his body, right? Yeah, there we are. Kind of like that. Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah, don't have to make it one for one, for like the previous one, right? Like a trick of what I usually do is when I want like a character to go from like one side to the other, I'll like draw over the previous like head and then move it and then draw another body. That's an old trick, but for this, when they're kind of like warping and distorting, it should be fine. Yeah, I'm just like, nah. Yeah, because I probably don't want his other eye to come back and then disappear again. That'd be weird. Right. And these guys should kind of like even thinner. Kinda, eh. That nose is killing me. It's got a beak, right? I'm just trying to think how I could like make it even like. Yeah, it should be fine, I guess. Like, I'll erase all of these lines later on, so it should be fine. And I guess the sensor box goes up a bit further, right? Where was the foot before? The other foot. Right, so that'd be even. I guess it'd be. Oh, I guess it'd be like his body comes down with him, right? Yeah, so he scrunches up even more. Yeah, and then his leg should go like this, right? Yeah, there we are. That's what I'm looking for. And his eye can open up a bit more, but maybe his iris gets a bit larger. And then his hand can kind of maybe just be visible. And the arm can be tucked behind. That'll work. Yeah, I think like I got a comment like a while back where there was like some like warping of like body parts and whatnot. I think somebody commented as like, oh, that's kind of like weird. He's like leg gets bigger and smaller, but his whole entire body was like warping as well, because obviously you'd like just see the GIF processing over and over again. And I was like, well, what about the rest of his body, or is that completely fine to you? Do you remember saying that? You may want to move his nose a bit higher up. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, now we are one. So I wanna, yeah, probably want a bit of a line. Not too much though, should be alright. I honestly really like the crazy warping, feels much more fluid. It has personality, right? Yeah. Because I'm not sure, there's not really anybody that's kind of doing what I'm doing, which is great, because I guess I don't really have that many imitators, but I don't know. With animation, I always see like new and upcoming, like early animators just try to copy like what's popular, not really understanding why. Just like doing it because it's like, that's funny, so I'll also do it, and therefore I will also be funny. Right. But I don't know. I guess I like grew up watching a lot of like Nickelodeon cartoons and like what is it, like Cartoon Network stuff, so it might be from that. Yeah.
Girls 10 right
now.
Girls 10
Because when he goes
10 right now.
Yeah, when he says right now, that's what I'm just wanting to squash down.
Girls 10 right
there.
now.
Yeah, maybe after he says now, or when he's saying now, right?
Girls 10 right now. 10 right.
Actually, oops, what did I do? Oh no. Actually, I might not need a
10 right now. 10 right now.
Yeah, it should be fine. Because I need enough frames for it to kind of. Well, I'm probably gonna want to make him move kind of fast anyway, so I probably want some smears regardless. But yeah. Let's change this and then change this. Slide on them in between, shall we? Yes. Absolutely insane scene in the game, though, right? That's why I'm like taking it to the nth degree, because I'm like, you should always push animation, because I see so many like, you know, blank animated that are just like, you know, some guys sitting around talking, and I'm like, you could do anything with animation. Animation is limitless. Like, you can do anything, but like, I'll see like a red letter media animated where they just have them sitting around just talking, and I'm like, what was the point? Like for this, for example, when he's like, you know, emphasizing that he's going to go see the girls, you know, and in the game, you know, he removes his clothes and runs over. Here I've got him to
If that's what you think.
rip them right off in like one moment, so there's that joke as well. Like him like stripping down, he just rips them off entirely off his body, so yeah. Yeah, what else did I do? Hang on. Oh, yeah, there's that. I need to animate that at some point.
Senpai, what's up?
That was kind of basic, but still setting up the joke there.
Hey, thanks for that, guys. I really appreciate
Really appreciate it. Yeah. But at the same time, you don't want to go hard all the time because then, you know, you ruin it when, you know, the extreme moments happen, right? So you don't want to go hard all the time because then it'll be overloading and jarring. So, okay, let's get some good old smears going. But you don't want to be, you want to be a bit subtle with your smears because if you watch part 1, you can see I like use smears all over the place, and that was kind of my crutch back in the day. Because I was like, I'll use a smear for everything and have to draw back barely any frames, right? But then later on, in parts 2 and 3, you saw that I was kind of slowing down the animation. As I was making it smoother, everything slowed down, and I had to draw more because everything slowed down, right? The more I wanted things to become smoother, the more frames I need to draw, which took more time, so... How does a smear work? A smear is kind of like a visual... it's a visual trick, because it's only on screen for a moment, but it kind of blurs the lines with movements. Because... with motion, you know, stuff like moves fast and then it kind of like blurs. In animation, you can't do that. So with smears, what happens is you kind of stretch things. So for example, here, what I've done, see how I've kind of like taken these hands and kind of like blurred them a bit, stretched them a bit. And here, for example, like I've done like with the pants as well. But since it's only on frame for a moment, your brain makes the connection of movement. So if you play it,
If that's what you...
so
If that's what you... If that's what you...
yeah, so it's that. Actually, I'll make all these one color so it doesn't look weird. Hang on. Whoa, so many frames. Yeah, so make them all black. There we go.
If that's what you think...
No, it probably doesn't help that it's not colored in, but still you can see. Yeah, so it kind of blurs it. And also I've done smear for here as well, so... See how his arms become a bit elongated there, so... It's more like bridging the gap between movements. You see it a lot in like old... like Warner Brothers cartoons. Oh, I guess you wouldn't, but still. It's there, it's just that your brain doesn't really pick up on it. It's only there for like a moment. Right. And I think I did that a lot in like old Cartoon Network shows and whatnot. I remember there was a Tumblr blog that was dedicated to smears, where they pretty much just talk like the frame, and I just posted that and nothing else, and that was an amazing blog. I don't think it's active anymore, but still, I remember that was an amazing blog to watch. And I remember because I used to use smears all the time. A friend of mine was always like, "Post the smears, I want to see them." Yeah, no worries. All good. Not a problem. Yeah, it's all about the know-how. It's like with any hobby, the more you look into it, the more you practice, the more you learn about it, right? So, yeah, and I think like even like in a lot of like early Simpsons cartoons, there was like a whole bunch of smears. Obviously, you wouldn't have seen them, but they were there. So, yeah, so we want to bridge the gap, right? Yeah, so we want to kind of push things. Like I'll do it for this arm here. You see how it's like a bit thicker here than it would be, so it's gonna bridge the gap when it goes back. Actually, I wonder if there's any like scenes that are done I could probably show. Let's see. Let's check out spoilers, shall we? What do we got? Let's go part 2. I'm not sure. Oh no, this is one. This one's just a short part. No. What else we got? How about part 4? Ooh, this one's taking a bit. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I posted this one online, so it should be fine. Oh yeah, for here. And I'll make this visible. Yeah, so how kanji pops up here. He just pops up extremely fast. So what I've done a smear to emphasize the point that he's like moving quickly. When you play it back, so it like blurs it. So yeah. But yeah, that's how that works. Magic. It's magic. A wizard did it, right? Well, I guess. Well, animation is an illusion, right? It's just playing back drawings in a sequence where it looks like things are moving, but they're actually not. So, secondly, it is magic in a way, but kinda. But now I'm like going into a trance. I'm getting sucked up in my own desire to draw. But hey, when it's here, I'll take it. Because there's been like so many times where like I sit down and go to draw, and then like 10 minutes in, I'll feel tired. And it's like, yeah, I'll just like, you know, do the rest later, and then I'll sit around playing video games for like 8 hours. So I don't know. That's why the idea of trying to stream this process came to mind as well. Because I'm like, if there's an incentive to actually do it, right? This might help out. Ugh. Want to say you're cool? Oh, cheers, man. Thank you very much. That's the universal experience, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. Absolutely. But hey, I'm trying, and you stay cool too, right? Okay, for here, because like, see, like the hand from here to here is quite long, so I should be able to get a nice long blur in. So go like that, I think. Yeah, kind of curve it as well. Or smear, I should say. Yeah. But there's like all different types of smears you can do. I'm sure there's like plenty of examples online, but it all depends, like, you know, what kind of works for you, I suppose. And then we can kind of... Do I want to... Yeah, I can hide the finger later, right? That's fine. Yeah, all good. Wait on. Who's pinging me on Discord? Oh, okay. Damn it, really again? It's like every time someone goes live in like their Discord, I always get a ping for it, and I've muted it like 100 times and still it shows up. And I'm like, alright, I'll check you out if I got the time. Jeez. Oh yeah, speaking of Discord, hold on. How do I get the link for this? Where are we? Invite to server? No, that's not right. Uh-oh. Oh, copy link. Okay, I think that's how I do it, right? Also, I want some better music. Goddamn. Get out of here. Can I remove this video? There we go. There we go. That's better. Less bois music. Need better music. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, join my shitty Discord, which is extremely shitty. I literally made that in like 2 seconds before I started the stream, so it's literally nothing but hey, if you want, go for it. Yeah, because the idea is like for future streams I want to do is I want to open up the voice chat so people can jump in and chat, so yeah. Maybe not for this stream, but maybe for future streams, right? Maybe. Cool. Yeah. Well, you know, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, because I didn't really want to make a Discord to monitor it, so because I don't really use Discord as is, and I'm like, I don't want to make a Discord to like manage it and like look after it, so that's why I literally made it just the text channel and the voice channel, and that's it. So it's super simple on purpose, so I don't have to look after it. So do what you will. Yeah, because the Discord servers that I'm a part of are like barely even posted them anyway, so. But hey, I might pop in to have a look when I can. May is National Masturbation Month? What the fuck? Oh my god, can you get out of here? How do I ban people? Put you in timeout forever. Or at least 24 hours. And then we can hide user. Yeah. Let's do that. Jesus. We even get bots over here, Joey. Jesus. Because I stream over on Twitch pretty much every weekend. Just playing video games, but still. I've been having a horrendous time with bots over there, but I was like, we get bots over here too? Oh no. But I guess it makes sense, right? Of course. Everyone's gonna make bread somehow, even if it's through a scam. What happened to the music? Why did it die? Yeah. Please. Oh, there's just like 2 minutes of nothing after this song. Awesome. Cool upload. Excellent. isn't it? I see you guys reposted in there. Yeah. Okay, probably don't want to make that. Yeah. The idea is for the smear to be smeared, right? I don't want to make it too close. You know, it's a good upload when it has Windows Movie Maker, 2 minutes, pure silence at the end, right? It's like, nobody checked this upload? Goodness gracious. Just upload this video game song and just have 2 minutes of nothing at the end. Well, I guess like I added it without checking, but oh dear. So joke's on me, right? Wasn't it? There was like somebody that like made a song that was like complete silence. And like it's on Spotify and everything, but he's like his theory was like, hey, you know, silence can be, you know, music too. So I think it's like literally like, you know, 5 minutes of silence, and that's it. Something to that degree. Because I remember when I was like playing music, somebody was like, oh yeah, you know, add this song. And I was like, okay. Not realizing that that's what it was. I'm like, is the song going to start? Like, what's happening? But he's like, no man, it's the song. This is it. Yeah. And then with the stomach fold, what do we do with that? Okay, that kind of goes down. Okay, so we'll make it small. So then when the smear goes, it'll more or less just disappear.
Give me a break.
Oop. I hate when Flash does that. It's like the brush tool just wigs out completely. I'm gonna add extra stuff. I know you didn't draw that, but too bad. So I try to make this as close as I can to like the top, so it kind of like the rest of his body will kind of move fast, but his hand will kind of like stay there for a bit. That's a good idea.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah. Okay.
Girls tent right now.
So I probably want to add maybe like 2 more frames at the start of that. I'm just not how far. I'm not sure how quickly I want to make it start off though. Oop. No.
Understand what's going on here.
Let's go play this one. Alright. Let's play the other Mario song a second ago, but sure. I think there's... How many songs do I have in this playlist? Hold on. I got 42. Alright. Oh, apparently that was 46, but the rest got removed since I made this playlist. Let's see. Yeah, I might have to update at some point. It's like a lot of like the same-ish songs from like same-ish games, but I'll have to look into that whenever I do this next. Yeah, because it might be a good idea to like do like one of these per week, I reckon. Give an incentive to do it right. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a lot of me just not talking and drawing, but that's what the music is there for, right? That'd be super fun. Around what time would you be aiming to have the streams? I'm not sure. Maybe... Oh, it's hard to say. Maybe like around about this time? Or I guess I could just, you know, do it whenever. Because, I don't know, my sleep schedule is just all over the place. Especially on weekends, because, yeah, I do night shift, so trying to correct my sleep schedule is not easy, that's for sure. Like a lot of the time I'm like usually up during the night here. So more or less just, I don't know, I'll probably just do it whenever. Is this another song that has freaking like 2 minutes of... Oh, there it goes. Bloody hell, I was about to say. I was like, they don't have bloody 2 minutes of nothing at the ends. I'm just gonna have to... Someone's gonna have a word. Time zone is GMT, so joining streams is usually tricky for me. Right. Well, more or less just like, whenever I'm live, feel free to jump in and check in. No, you don't have to watch the entire thing, you know. Because I probably just end up streaming for like a couple of hours per stream, but... But yeah, I remember when I did my like Persona 3 playthrough, there were some people that watched that, but I was like streaming at like 2 in the morning, my time, so... there obviously wasn't as many people that there would be if I streamed like a later time. Because it's usually around about like 8 in the morning for me. It's usually like the peak time that you want to jump on and broadcast, I think. I don't know. I guess I do see people like streaming at like all hours of the night for me. So I guess just whenever, and people will be awake, I guess, if your audience is decent enough size. Which, I guess I've got a lot more people following me than, some people, but, there's a lot of people that I know that have like way, way more than me, so it could go either way. Because there's been so many of my friends that are like, I'm going to do YouTube, and they do it for like 2 months and then stop. So, like, I think there's a couple that have seen what I've been doing, and they're like, I'm going to do it too. And then they just do it for a bit, and they just see, they're doing it more or less to getting nowhere. And they just stop. I don't know. You gotta, like, find your craft, I guess, in a way. Like, with any artists, with, like, a lot of their early stuff, you don't usually go to. It's like their more modern stuff that you like, right? Like, you gotta start somewhere and you gotta find that thing that nobody else is doing, right? Animation is so fucking hard. Dude, man, it looks so stressful. It's not! I don't know, I guess, like, just drawing comes naturally to me, but... Because I've always drawn. Ever since I could, like, hold a pencil, I guess, but... No, at this point I don't really find animation hard at all. Though I guess it comes with practice. Because with, like, a lot of my early stuff, I was more or less just, testing to see what I could do with animation, I guess. Because if you, like, go to my Newgrounds profile and you, like, look at my really old shit, it's like, man, this shit sucks, but it's like, I was, like, trying to figure out stuff, so... YouTube's team seems terrible. Well, it's more or less like just because everyone's trying to get their numbers up, and I guess they're trying to go with the flow, I guess. It's hard to say. Like, everyone loves the, to grow their audience, I suppose. So trying to go with the algorithm to, what works. The faster you can get out content, the better, I guess. So that's why like with a lot of like very popular animators that are getting out there, a lot of the animation is like very quick or very few frames or a combination of both. So but I do see that's why like a lot of people do those like videos where they more or less talk about something, and if they need to draw themselves, they will. Some people like just screen themselves in, but still, just like talking about stuff for like 10 minutes max, or like 10 minutes plus, I should say. I do see a lot of that, and even I've debated maybe doing that, but at the same time I think about it, I'm like, this is gonna take like maybe like a month to do, so I don't know if I want to waste a month on something that like, I'd be like, that's kind of not that great later on, so. To be fair, I am like always my harshest critic. Every artist is their own harshest critic. They always look at their old work, they're like, no, don't look, it sucks. It's so bad, don't look. just seems very stressful to always be chasing vitality. I'm too comfortable in my normal 9 to 5 lifestyle. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, though, even if you're just doing that, you don't have to be solely independent. Because I see like a lot of people that like have something to offer. Like, there's even people that, you know, just do editing, or they'll just make thumbnails, or, you know, they'll help out bigger creators. They won't actually go out and become a big creator themselves. They'll more or less just be like the background guy. So you don't have to necessarily be, you know, be like, it's all me. And then again, trying to find that fine line of simple yet unique is incredibly difficult. Like, even with animation, I was like practicing how to do stuff for probably like just over 10 years before I was like, alright, now it's time to take it seriously, right? I'm just trying to refine the craft more and more, I guess. Do you differ from going straight ahead or starting out with the keys? I usually start out with keyframes and then in between as they need to. Like, I think it was part 2. I did the whole entire animation in advance with keyframes, and then I just went through all the scenes and just in between everything. But through that method, I felt that I didn't really push things as hard as I ordinarily would, so I think that's why I prefer to do like on the fly. I like to do part by part. I'll like, you know, do, you know, a little bit of animation section, then I'll do the next one, then the next one, then the next one. So I do find in the moment I'm more likely to be like, oh, I'll do that, that's kind of fun, or like, oh, I can do that, versus having everything laid out and set and then going from there. So if you look at the animation of part 2 versus part 3, you can definitely see that I tried to push part 3 a bit harder than part 2, so versus where I feel part 2 is kind of a bit flat, honestly. But hey, that's just me. Yeah. It's already done. I'm not going to if I go back and like redo it, it's like, oh goodness. It's only going to take me another 5 years, guys. Don't worry about it. Just going to remake part 2 real quick. It's okay. Right. Ooh. How do you frame by frame a shape tween? You don't, right? That's the whole entire point of a shape tween, is that you don't have to frame by frame it, right? I don't know, I find that shape tweens kind of just get a bit messy. Like, the only reason I ever use a shape tween is because if it's like part of the joke. If like something transforms into something, it's supposed to look crappy on purpose, right? Although with motion tweens, you can kind of cheat a little bit, because you can more or less like move a character as if they can tween them kind of moving from one point to the next, and then do a smear in between. So you can kind of cheat the animation that way, but I don't know. I probably don't do that if I was feeling a bit lazy about it. Because I think it was a friend of mine. They were doing a podcast and they wanted me to animate a section of their podcast, and I did. And I was like, can I just like, you know, motion tween it? And they're like, yeah, you can do that. So I did cheat with that animation, but I think you can find that animation somewhere. I'm not sure if I ended up removing that or... Hang on, let's have a look. Also, I'm not sure if you hear my neighbor's very loud motorcycle. Yes. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's Teenage Mario. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, this is pretty much like, I did everything except for like the last section. I like motion tweened the whole entire animation. And then I did smears in between. Oh, it's a trick question? I see. Aha. You almost fooled me, but I was too smart. No, just kidding. I was joking. But yeah, I wonder how that would work actually. If you'd actually be able to actually do a shape tween and then kind of smear it to make it actually look half decent. I wonder. Now I'm interested. Okay, that should do it for that.
Stand right.
Yeah, and then we just need to do the ones on the other side. Hooray. This from Sonic Mania. No, it is. You can find interesting that you can use AI, ChatGPT, to give you an AS2 code to make 3D objects. You could even use code in a house. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think it was. I stumbled across a post not too long ago, and apparently it was an animation that was made by AI. Like it took like the voice and like animated it, but the animation was like so simple. I was like, I wouldn't take that over actual proper animation. So I think it was like somebody reposted it and it's like, but can it do this? And I was like a head that was like warping and like spinning around in itself and like turning into something else. And obviously the answer is no, right? Oh god, that reminds me of like, what was it that like easy to make animation application was like Go Animate forever ago? Because I remember Harry Partridge made that video, which is a response to it. And it was like, can Go Animate make a lobster that's really excited about the new Captain America movie? I don't think so. Yeah, but I've always said, you know, animation's limitless. The only limitation is your own creativity. You can literally push it as hard as you desire. Got the creative freedom to do whatever you want. I guess the hard part is always like starting. It's like when I have to like, you know, start something. It's like doing the groundwork is like my heart, like the most annoying part to me. But then when it's done, I'm like, it's fine. I gladly do like in between shit all day, so. Kind of hate AI animations. They look so uncanny. Think art should remain as human as possible. Yeah. But I wonder if at some point it's going to become like super simple to like spot. Much like how people can easily spot AI art now. Oh, to be fair, like there are people that try to call out real artists for like, oh, this looks like AI, and they literally show like the back works of like how they made it. And they're like, AI, huh? Nope. Teenage Mario video just skewer bot in the first couple of bits. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I literally took 2 drawings and then motion tweened them, and then I put a smear in the middle. So that's how I did that. And I'm like, man, I only have to draw 3 things. It's easy. Versus now, where it's like, do a whole entire sequence of like one guy moving to like the next movements, and it's like, yeah, that was like 30 frames. Right. Yeah, I gotta put like more fighting game music in here. That might be a good idea. Because I've been watching somebody play CVS 2, like the new Capcom Fighting Collection, and even some of the songs from that, like, ooh, this is a banger. So might be looking at that. Yeah, so that slows down here. So obviously it's like very fast here, and then it kind of like slows down a bit more as it gets closer, right? And then, yeah, I should be able to just draw that finger there, and that should hide it, right? Yeah, it should be right. Nobody ever saw it, ever. It was not recorded and then archived on the internet for all to see. Impossible. Oop. This one ended prematurely. Like very weird uploads that people put. A song that has like a lot of silence at the end, and one that just like cuts it entirely. Like, all right, cool. Okay, how's that looking? Yeah.
Stand right now. Stand right. Stand right. Stand right. Stand right.
Actually, no, I want to make that a bit faster. Yeah, I might get rid of that frame, so it kind of moves a bit quicker, right?
Stand right. Stand right.
Yeah. Okay.
Stand right. Stand right. Stand right.
That's fine. Because I do that all the time. Very hard to judge like the speed. It's like a lot of times where like I'll draw a frame and it's like, yeah, that needs to be a bit faster, or like 1 frame faster. I guess I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that regard, because like I'll do like a slow down part and then like I'll draw like 1 more frame than actually is needed. And like nobody's even gonna notice, but I'm gonna notice, right? So give me pants to eat Homer. Yeah, exactly. That animation is like a perfect example of like what you can just like do. Because like I'll make Homer Simpson grow massive, and then he, you know, what does he do? Like he stretches, and then he like spins around himself, and it's like, because why not? Just push it as hard as you can, man. Yeah, and that's another thing I'd like to make at some point, like something animated. Like maybe a Mega 64 animated. That'd be cool. So that's like one of my like groups that I haven't like covered animation wise that I like been following for years. Because I did all the Video Games Awesomes ones, and then I did a Vine Source one. So they'd be next up, I guess. And I do know the exact clip I'd use, so. I already got it locked and loaded. Isn't this from RimWorld? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've actually never played RimWorld. I've watched some people play it, but never played it personally. But when I was watching them play it, I'm like, this music's kind of like chill, right? So that was the idea. It'd be like nice and chill, relaxing. That was the whole idea behind the stream, anyway. So having some music that's a bit too intense while I'm doing art might be a bit much, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. The stream is super relaxing. I can feel like I fall asleep with it on. Yeah, man, do it. Unless I'm gonna yell really loud like now. Ah. Yeah, I do that all the time because I've got my laptop and I'll open that up and I'll put something on, like a stream or something, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll put this on while I'll lay here and just relax, and then I'll wake up like 4 hours later with my laptop open. The stream's ended, and it's like, oh shit. Well then. But yeah, I was gonna have to look in some more. Add some more music for sure. Obviously, trying to find that fine line of like something like, you know, kind of chill, not like overly intense, but it's 3 a.m. Please don't yell. Right? No, don't do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure anybody will like watch that kind of media with like speakers on, or like being able to anybody else being able to hear it. No, just me, I guess. Like I've always been like anything on my computer, I always use headphones. Like even now, when like I live by myself, like I couldn't imagine just getting speakers to use my computer. I'd rather just use headphones. Well, then I guess if I'm like making stuff and I need like the audio side, I definitely need it for that. But it's like a TV or a laptop, it's fine. Where I need to actually hear the audio, a bit different, I guess. Yeah, but I'm sure there's like there's probably sound things where you can like switch from like, you know, speakers to headphones or backboard, but I don't know. I like to live life on the edge, right? Who's that guy you're listening to? Why is he talking to himself? What's going on? Weird. Yeah, I remember when I was living with my parents, just like I was watching a stream, and she saw me watching, and was like, "Who are they?" And I'm like, "I don't know, some people in Canada, I guess." Like, as if, like, I knew them. And I'm like, I don't come up to you when you're watching TV and be like, "Who's that?" Like, didn't make sense to me. But apparently I have heard that from a couple of people. Them watching streams, and people would just come out and be like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm just watching it, man. Should be fine. Wait, I need an extra frame after this run? Yeah, should be right. Older generation is still figuring out streaming thing. I think it's better if they don't. I don't want Twitch to be a new Facebook for boomers, right? You know, like older generations can barely use the technology that we have anyway. I guess like they might not understand, even if we try to explain it to them. They'll probably just be like, "Okay," and then be the end of it. Like, I don't know. My mum's always been that way. She's always been like, you know, this is how things are. Like I remember one thing was like, you know, don't open the microwave too quickly, because, you know, the microwaves are still moving in the food. And it's like, well, maybe when they're first invented, maybe, but not these days. Like the way things are. is that the way that they've been told, and they have not become any better or advanced since then. That's just how they are. Yeah, though it makes me wonder if that's gonna become the way with like older generations as they, you know, become older. They just know the things that they like, and that's it. When everyone else is wearing glasses, when you can see holograms right in front of you, I'll be still walking around using my phone as music. Yeah, I remember my landlord when he came around, 'cause he's an older guy. And I remember he was like, "Oh, put your number in my phone for, you know, emergencies, I guess." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." And he like whipped out like an old brick phone from like 2001, and I was like, "What the? Oh, I haven't seen one of these in years." And I was like, "Do I even remember how to use one of these?" Like, jeez, that's more or less just like just what works. The mental image of your food flying out the microwave because you opened the door too soon. Well, it's not that. It's more like, you know, she didn't want you to eat it too early. It's like, oh, microwaves are still in it, and then it'll give you cancer, right? That kind of idea. But what I'm thinking, maybe it was something that her mum told her when she was little, so that's just resonated with her, right? So then she's trying to pass on the knowledge to the next generation. And it's like, maybe in your day, but a bit different now. But I don't know, it could be stubbornness as well. Because I remember my old roommate used to be super stubborn about everything. The way that he knew things worked, or the things that, you know, he heard, that was it. And there was no pushing around it. Because I remember we were in a media course together, and I was like, because we were trying to film some stuff with green screen. And I'm like, oh, you just green screen it in this. It's like, no, you can't green screen it in that. Can't be done. And I'm like, no, you can. He's like, no, it can't be done. And then I literally went to YouTube and typed in green screen tutorial for the program they said it couldn't be done in, and I found it instantly. He's like, oh, I see. That's less funny. It's like being scared of 5G, right? That's more. I'm not sure what was up with those people. Thinking that somehow 5G caused COVID and destroying the 5G towers, but in the process not knowing what 5G towers look like and just destroying 4G towers, making people's phone services go down the process, so doing more bad than they were good. I don't know. Then again, I guess that could be a sign of, you know, people just will believe anything they hear. That guy looks professional. He must know what he's talking about. Right. What is it, the famous quote by Clive Barker? Confidence is the most scary thing, because somebody that knows exactly what they're doing is the most intimidating person. Right? It's like whenever you're in some place that you're not supposed to be, you just pretend that you're supposed to be there, and people are just like, oh, I see. Right? It's that kind of mentality. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, you know, inspection. Potato Man. Where the hell have you been? You know, it's one of my my lights Oh, it's only midday here? Why is it so dark? What the hell? I thought it was like later. I thought like the sun was going down. That's not the case at all. Oh no. Good thing my headset is wireless though, so you can just do that. There we are. Excellent. Oh, hang on. Screen back in place. There we are. Gonna go sleep, but it was fun talking to you. I joined the Discord server, so hopefully I can catch some streams later too. Yeah, no worries. And I might post in the Discord whenever I'm going live. That might be a good idea, so people can catch it accordingly. But I don't want to fucking ping everyone and fucking annoy everyone. But let's see. I don't like bothering people. But we'll see. Yes. Oh, so where's this song from? Oh, it's from Celeste, right? Yeah, that's right. God, that game was good. It's a good ass game. That's probably a game I'd like to get good at if I had some like more time. So I did beat it, but I didn't do like any of the longer challenges, right? Some of the hardcore challenges, because I'm like, nah, it's too hard. But if I practiced and I got good, maybe. Because you just see those speedrunners and they're out of control. Cannot be stopped. Okay, there's a slowdown. How does it look?
10 right now! 10 right now! 10 right now! 10 right now!
Perfect. Alright. Now we just need to do the next one. Hell yeah. I think I'm gonna start a bit closer, so we'll like stop for like a moment, and then let's get moving again.
10 right now!
Yeah. And then I want to kind of like leap as well when he goes like into this transition, right? So he will be already running and ready to go.
10 right now!
So kind of like leap off the frame a little bit. Yeah, sounds like a good idea actually. Let's do that then. Like smear this a bit then, because I've kind of like unleashed like a coiled spring, right? So when his head to still be in frame, yeah, kinda. This is not a Kirby song. Did I add like... Oh, a Kirby's Dream Course. I don't know why I added like a Kirby's Dream Course song in here. I don't know. That's like a series that's like never really resonated with me, personally. That's like a crime to say, I know, but I've never really liked Kirby. Because I guess it's just like coming off Mario. I'm like, what's this easier platformer? I don't understand. But a lot of people are like, oh, you know, just play it to relax. We don't have to worry about things. And I'm like, I don't know. I've just never really saw the appeal, personally. Though it's like Kirby's Dream Course is very, very hard. So like the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to make this knee, then kind of, a little bit curved, yeah. Maybe kind of angle him a bit further along. Might cut him off a bit, but that's fine. Yeah. No, yeah, because he kind of like springs out, like so, right? Yeah. Also, let me. Oh, you guys are actually talking to the Discord. Nice. Really cool. Oh, that was the general idea. You know, you just have the one text channel to chat in, and that's it. No rules, no restrictions. Just talk about whatever, and go for it. Can I actually put that on screen? Hold up. How do I... Uh-oh. Text. New texts. Okay. I've still got the link right. No, I don't. Ah, crap. Yeah, just so it'll be always on screen so people can join as they see fit, right? Link. Join the... Oh, did I mess up? No, I didn't. Join the Discord. And will that work? Can I like just type it in? Can I like center that? I'm not sure. Oh, no. Oh, I can. Hell yeah. Actually, I want to do it right, because I want to put it on the right-hand side, right? And can I make it more bold? Gradient? Oh no, what have I done? Select fonts. There we go. Arial black should be fine, right? Yeah. And then how do I make it smaller? Whoa! Okay. Kinda... People can read that, right? Right? How do I edit this? Properties? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just want to give it like a glow or something. Outline? No? Like your animations? Ah, cheers. Thank you very much. Outline size. 10? Oh yeah, there we are. But I want it to be black. Hang on. 25. Oh, 2. What about 10? Oh god, that's not good at all. Can I do like 20? What about 50? No, I can't do 50. What about 40? Can't do 40. What about 30? Can't do 30. What about 20? 20's still a bit as big as I can make it. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if you can even see that. Hold on. I need to bring my own stream. Just because the preview on OBS is way too small. How do I get to my own stream? I'm not sure if you can see that. Hold on. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I need to bring my own stream. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Alright. Or do I want to make it just say Discord, not join the Discord? Right? Oh, okay, that might be a better idea. Oh no, this link's still going to be long, right? Yeah. Looks readable enough? Yeah, people have got eyes, it's fine. Right? Right. Goodness. The rest is up to you. Okay, let's draw something, shall we? Yeah, even though you're not really going to be able to see this off screen, I guess I'll just draw this for reference's sake. And then we want, he's only got one part of head there. And then you see how we'll kind of go down a bit because of the motion. But yeah, we're kind of blurred this as well, right? So. Yeah, that's fine. And do we want his arms? Yeah. His arms will kind of go slack when he jumps, right? I want him still to have his fists clench, sure. Yeah, he's pissed, right? Absolutely. What, I want his hands to be kind of a bit more, yeah. Because we are blurring things, right? So a bit stretched. Yeah. Because the second you see this frame is going to cut, right? So. And then do we do it on the other side? Yeah, a bit, sure. Actually, oh, it's hard to say. Yeah, maybe not. Or maybe just like the back of his hand, right? Yeah, that'll do. And then we do the center bar. Cool. But do we want to do kind of... Yeah, that'll do. What sausages? I just like think of like the the Terry Crews remix that somebody made of this song. Every time I hear it. Classic. Actually, do I want to keep those legs there for reference? Nah. We'll do it live. It's fine. Yeah, so a spring out, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta do the marks on him, right? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I want to draw, but I started erasing. Good thing there's nothing there. Alright, cool. I like how non-kanji this is like looking. Like, this is how he did look. Or this is how he did look. And now he's gone from that to that. Right. Goodness. Oh, interesting. I didn't know I could check that in the chat. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know.
Ow. Right now! Right now!
Yeah, now I'm just spring out of that, so... So if anything, I can just take as many frames as I want for him to kind of like coil up and go from there, right? I will just save for the sake of saving. Remember to save, kids. Like, it's never really happened to me that much, but Flash has always been notorious for crashing. Like, I've never really had that problem. Like, on occasion it'll crash, but I remember everyone was like, oh my god, it crashes so much, it's so bad. And meanwhile, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But to be fair, I have hotkeyed a button on my tablet for saving, just in case. Although I guess it really happens with like any art program, right? You can just like randomly crash and then you like lose everything, so... So, yeah, it does happen. Whenever it's happened to me, I never really lost that much, so... But it's more like, I'll have to do that again. Yeah, I still want to make this kind of a bit curved and kind of a bend a bit more as he slows in, right? Where's that light come up again? Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, I might need to... Actually, that leg's that leg, right? Okay. It's like when you're working with like multiple limbs and they all look the same, it's like hard to keep track of everything. Right. I guess put the sensor bar on top. I'm actually going to draw that later, it's fine.
Select your hero.
Ooh, what is this song? Oh, this is like a lo-fi, like half an hour of like Marvel vs. Capcom. I didn't know I added this. Shit. Alright, cool. I completely forgot I added this. Hell yeah. Not T-Mobile. Still trying to force McAfee on my phone. Ugh. Oh no. Can't have that. Yeah, I think there's like some like antivirus thing that like tries to like that's like built into the hardware and it's like, hey, install me every single time I like boot up my computer. And every single time I'm like, remind me later. Right. I could literally spend a little bit of time to make sure it never pops up again, but every time I'm like, yeah, I'll do it later. Something I'll take care of in the future. Ooh. Probably want that head to be a bit longer, right? Do I want the eyes to kind of squint? Yeah, but it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, it's fine. Nothing screams good software design than trying to force it to you, right? Yeah, though I think the PC that I'm currently using is like a gaming PC. So I think like the graphics card isn't installed properly. So every single time that happens as well, it's like, hey, install these drivers. And I'm like, no. Like more or less I upgraded my computer because like, I don't know. Just trying to do anything on my old computer was really bad. Like it's just so slow to do anything. It was a nightmare. Just to like even save projects, like the software would like crash kind of halfway and then it'd be like, oh, I'm fine again. I think you can see that on that that tutorial I made forever ago. That's literally the computer that I used to record those on. And I think I saved at one point. I'm like, it looks like it's gonna save, but it's gonna be fine. I mean, it looks like it's gonna crash, but it's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Stand right now! Stand right now! Because
Okay. So we're more or less just gonna keep on adding frames down this way and just align it more and more with that, and that should slot right in. Yes. Also save again because does this say how long I'll be streaming for? Hold on. Oh, there we are. Oh, 2 hours, damn. It's alright. I keep on remembering that one old PC with a Pentium 2 I had. Not joking, it took like 2 minutes to open Chrome. Ooh. Yeah, it's like my very, very old PC that I had. Like I don't know, I think like my parents gave me that PC. But I remember it was like, it looked cool. It looked like a really cool PC, but it was not. It was really bad. It barely do anything. Like I remember I used it pretty much to like play Super Nintendo games on, and that's it. And like use the internet. Well, I guess like make animations, but still, I don't think it was that great. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I still do have my old PC next to my other one. It's just sitting there, but I'm not actually doing anything. Where'd the chat go? I closed it. Oh no! Wait, I didn't close it. I minimized it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's tethered to OBS. I see. That's why it went away, because I minimized OBS. I see. Got it. Hey man, it's the first time I'm doing this. To be fair, it's not the first time I've streamed to my YouTube channel, but it's the first time I've done it using OBS, because I've done it via my PlayStation in the past, just to play games, but I don't know. I guess your audience kind of expects one thing, and when they get something else, they're like, I'm out of here. Right. Well, to be fair, that's happened to me as well. When like I follow a channel for one thing and they try to start doing something else, I'm like, nope. Because I think I was trying to do like video game streams on here on a semi-regular basis for a little bit. Because I did my playthrough of Persona 3, which went over pretty good. And then I tried to play another game, and like nobody cared. So I guess I'll stick to cartoons. Sure, that's what you're here for, right? Yes. Should I draw the head first? Yeah. Yeah, but I remember when what was it, when Persona 3 Reloaded came out, I did try to do a stream on my YouTube channel for like first impressions, and it didn't work for some reason. I don't know why. It just wouldn't work. I remember trying to get Persona 3 FPS working on a Fire Stick. It ran terribly. Ew. But hey, now it's available on everything, right? Or is it? Oh no, it's portable, I'm thinking of. Sorry, wrong game. That's the other one, right? Not that Persona 3, the other Persona 3, right? But to be fair, the remake does have like the extra content now that FES had, right? So it's a complete package. Though I wonder if they were planning on doing that all along. So I remember they were like, oh, the fans demanded it, so we're gonna do it. Well, to be fair, they did delay Persona 5 for like a year to get both the English and Japanese voices working in one, because apparently the fans wanted it, so I guess they are listening. Let me go like this. We can kind of like make his knee go out a bit, right? Yeah. Comes up and around. Or do I want to make it in between? Yeah, okay. Really trying to think if I need to make the foot raised or not. No, it's fine. Someone out there is going to make a FMC mod for Persona 3 remake someday. Hasn't it already happened? Pretty sure I've seen images, although there might be like mock-ups or like concepts, I think. But I do find it funny how when what was it, when Portable was re-released, the first thing that the fan community made is a mod so you can mod out Ken from the romance options completely. So the university agreed, no child romance. Yeah. I'll to be fair, you could just like not go for him. But I guess like if people want like the social links and don't want to fucking romance him, I guess there's that as well. Right. It's like I just want the social points. I don't want to hear this. I don't want this kid after me. Like a young child. Damn, these songs are really good. I just hope it's like not going to get claimed. That's the thing. Because like when it's a cover, somebody's like, "I made this." They get hit with a copyright strike. That'll be fun. Yeah, though I did hear somebody that was live streaming on YouTube and they were just playing like whatever music they want, and apparently like YouTube immediately like terminated their stream and hit them with a copyright strike. Like not even waiting till like the stream was over or something. It happened as they were streaming. To be fair, they were playing like, you know, some, you know, like real music, like licensed music, but still. YouTube apparently did not like that. Oh, it should be fine. But yeah, if it's not, I can always remove it later. This is a Mega Man's theme, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I thought so. Because I recognize that. Because that's the stage select in Mega Man 2, right? I think. Pretty sure. God damn it, Ken, I'm romancing Aegis, right? Oh, to be fair, I actually wouldn't be surprised if there's mods for that as well. You can romance both the men and the women, whoever you want. Yeah, that'd be hectic. It'll be like that one screenshot of Persona 5 during Valentine's Day if you romance everyone. It's like 8 women that are always like, Happy Valentine's Day, huh? Who are all these other girls? You mean when you said you were busy, you were hanging out with her? Okay. Oh yeah, what about the other leg? Where's that gonna go? Right. Hang on, let me see. Oh, the other leg goes behind him, right? So it should be fine. I think we'll just go like this, and then like that. Yeah. Cool. Joker, you would 100% pull off the Harriman cannon, right? Yeah, I've seen fan art where it's the doctor. It's like, I love Ren. It's like, what? And then the teacher's like, I also love Ren. It's like, what'd you do? Ren? What have you been doing? Got that dog at him, right? Yep, so let me just make it as close as the other one as we can, and then get that nice slowdown. So when it plays in reverse, the other way, it'll be going from the slowest point to the fastest point, right? Oops. I should be able to follow this. Should be okay. I'm gonna draw like another circle. Just need to draw in between the lines. Or do I want to make it a bit slower? Should be okay. Everything will be okay. And then yep. Yeah. I want to give the person who made Kanji and Yosuke Ramones mods in Persona 4 $2 bajillion or more billion dollars, right? Yeah, well, to be fair, like people have done that in romance games or games where you can romance, like more or less anything. Because I remember, was it in Mass Effect 2? Similar concept. If you were playing as a female, you can only romance certain characters, and if you're playing as a male, you can only romance certain characters. They didn't stop people from modding it, so you could do the other way. Or make it so you can romance everyone. Yeah. That's also one of my favorite games, Mass Effect 2. Oh my god, that game is so good. Too bad they messed it up, right? Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, 3 wasn't really BioWare's fault, it was friggin' EA's fault. Being like, we want the same output as before, but we're going to give you less time and less money. But we want that same paycheck, that same payout as we did with 2. You guys can do it, right? Right? Just I don't know. Fortunately, there are many CEOs, like even like film and television and whatnot, they just don't understand why suddenly became popular. They just like, oh, we want to do it again. Lightning will hit twice, right? Yes.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Oh, he's jumping. If anything, I might want to speed that up a bit more. I might get rid of some frames at some point. We'll see. Atlas took the peak away from us with Yosuke. We were this close. Mod the game so you can play as Yosuke, then you can romance whoever you want. There you go. Solution. Also, I wonder if that... Oh, that'd probably be like a bunch of work, right? So make it so you could like play as like a different character. That'd actually probably be like way too much work to actually be worth it. I don't know, if you like really enjoy a character, maybe you want to play as them, but... Yeah, I don't know. Peak idea. Yeah, there you go. Though it's probably take a ton of reworking, but to be fair, you could do it like through text for the most part, so it probably wouldn't be that hard. If you actually know how to like rework the code of the game. And just have like little like, because like every character's got like little like, you know, noises they make. You just go, or that's it, or okay. Not like actually voicing like the line as a whole. Could just do it like that. Everything is now dateable? Yeah, I know, right? What was it? There's that indie game coming out soon where you can like date any object in the house. It's like everything's dateable. Like every single object in the house is a personification. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I think it's just called Date Everything. I think. But it's like taking that idea to like the next level. Like you just date whatever you want. I remember seeing a tweet saying to boycott it because of LGBT propaganda. Yeah, whatever. People will make no worries about anything. What do you think the game is about? Yes, that's my point. Like, come on, man. It's like, I don't think there's a message in there. I think they just probably did it because they thought it was funny. Like, I don't know. People are way too soft in this day and age, for sure. They're like, I don't like this. Bad. I have a voice on the internet. I'm going to make a fuss until they change it. Because I think I remember a story years and years ago about mothers that were protesting against Grand Theft Auto being in a certain store. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was like a local store, but whatever. But they're more or less just being like, oh, it's violence against women. You have to beat women to beat the game or something like that. And doing zero research, they just pulled it from shelves. So it's that kind of mentality. I don't like thing. Hey, look, you can do thing in the game, even though that's like completely optional and not a part of the core game at all. It's like, yeah, it's in there, but you don't have to do it. I think like the most perfect example of that kind of idea was with Postal 2, where the whole entire idea was the game is only as violent as you are. Like, you can go to the store to buy milk and wait in line for your turn, or alternatively, you can pull out a gun and kill everyone, then take the milk. But it's entirely your choice. Oh, this song again? Oh, jeez. In GTA, not in GTA. That was in Postal. Yes. Hang on. Give me a song I haven't heard yet. Hang on, I'll unshuffle this just so it plays everything. Play that one. Play that one. Play that one. There we go. Yeah, I'll definitely add more songs to this playlist. Yeah, Mario Paint. Oh, you want to hear it? Hang on. I'll bring it back. So it's just that one's already played, so... I was like, I'd rather keep it nice and fresh, but that's fine. Because I put on shuffle, and I hear shuffle isn't entirely random. Like, I'd love shuffle to be like it plays every song in a playlist once randomly, but no, it plays any song in the playlist at random, so you might get the same thing twice or later on or whatever. Oh, it's your stream? Yeah, fair. That's right. I can listen to it again. No stress. But yeah, I'd love that to be an option in like music or any kind of like music-based thing. If you put it on shuffle or like randomize, it'll play every song in the playlist at random once. Because it had to be so many times where like I'll put like my favorites on Spotify on random, then I'll hear like the same song like, you know, every single time for like 10 times, and then I'll randomly hear a song I haven't heard in months. It's like, where was this? Jeez. Oh, I really want to put that sensor bar on that one over there. Right. Yes. Okay, so it lines up with this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if anybody out there is a algorithmist, there's a project for you, right? Or a coder or whatever. YouTube does that. It shuffles randomly and only plays once. Yeah, well, I'm doing that on YouTube now. I'm literally playing the music from YouTube, so... It hasn't played this song once, but it played the Mario Paint song twice. So apparently not. But yeah, it's not shuffled anymore, so it should at least play everything once. But hey, it might play multiple songs from a game in a row, but that's fine. I can always switch it up later if I need to, or just change it manually. Maybe that's a mobile only thing? Could be. Yeah. Possibly. Where nothing is possibly going wrong. Yeah, that's the first thing that's gone wrong. Okay. Let's...
Tent right now! Tent right now!
Yeah, I definitely love him to spring out a bit faster than that, so... I might get rid of a couple of these frames. I spent all these times drawing them, and now I'm going to delete them.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, if he slowly coils up, yeah. Ooh, hang on. I need to add this. Why am I not drawing? What's going on? Oh, my program's wigging out. Hang on, I need to... How do I fix this again? There we go. I don't know why it does that sometimes, just flash, sometimes it just decides not to draw, or it draws weird for some reason. Just randomly, I'm not sure why, but... Strange. Glad I got a PS Vita so I could play Persona 4 Golden and a bunch of other stuff the way it was intended. Right. Yeah, I think I was actually tempted before I end up getting a PS4 to actually get a PS Vita, just so I could play through Persona 4 Golden, because, you know, back then that was the only way you could play it, right? So, but I guess these days you've got, like, you know, the Switch and the Steam Deck, which is more or less the same, so same kind of experience, handheld, right? So, portability? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that's what I used to do my 3DS. I used to just take that around with me, because it was like small enough that you could like stuff it in your pocket. And I remember I used to take it with me to certain sites that I was working on. And whenever there'd be like lunch break, I'd finish my lunch in like 10 minutes, and there'd be like 20 minutes where I was like more or less doing nothing, so I used to just play 3DS. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah. Steam Deck is quite cumbersome to carry in a pocket. Well, true. Yeah, I guess the Steam Deck is portable, but I guess it's probably like the most bulky handhelds. Because the Switch is smaller, right? Well, I guess they did make a slightly... Oh, actually, is the Switch Lite smaller than the original Switch? I actually don't know. I'm not sure. Because I remember a friend of mine did get a Switch Lite, just because they were cheap. He's like, I just want to play Animal Crossing and Mario. I don't care about playing it on a big TV. Switch Lite is smaller? Right. And better to pocket? Right. Yeah, though I guess if you were like on the go and you had a bag with you, you could put it in there, but I remember the 3DS was so good because you could just snap it closed and just stuff it in your pocket, and that'd be it. And just to suspend the game. Like I'd be playing Ocarina of Time, and they'd be like, lunch break is over, just snap it closed in like 1 second, just get back to work. Yeah. These days, I guess it's more or less about mobile games. Because I've been playing Balatro more or less exclusively on my phone. Because I've got it on the PlayStation as well, but it's like just playing it on the go. It's so easy. Yeah, it's just a shame that there's not any crossplay on that. It's just like whatever you're playing on, you make that progression. Because there's a whole bunch of like stuff on like the PlayStation version that I haven't unlocked that I've unlocked on the mobile version. So that's unfortunate. I wish there was a StreetPass feature on the Switch too. Right. Yeah, StreetPass was like the one reason to bring your 3DS to conventions and stuff. Though I remember they nerfed it though. Because I remember it used to just track everyone, but they nerfed it so that you had to keep on checking it. Because I remember when it very first came out, it was like, you could just keep your 3DS in your pocket and everyone that you passed it to, catch them. But I remember they changed it so it'd cap out at like, I don't know, like 30 people or whatever, so you had to empty out those 30 people so you can get more. I'm not sure people are abusing or what, but yeah. It must have been, I don't know, I guess they want people like to, look at their handheld more or whatnot, but not sure. So I think it was like you ranked up the more people that you passed by, and then my friend was like, "Oh, I love passing you," because Summer had like tons of people in mine. So I get all these points every time I pass you. I guess that's not much considering of a problem, considering that you literally nobody near you has a 3DS, depending on that area. True. Yeah, in these days and age, it'd be fucking super rare. Though that sounds like prime for like a YouTube video. I carried around the 3DS with me in 2015 for 4 months, and you never believe the amount of StreetPass guys that I got. But first, let's get into this ad. Right. NetPass though? Do not recall. I remember StreetPass, but shocking that nobody used that mode until recently. Huh. Yeah, because the services still be up, right? Or did they shut them down? Because I remember they got rid of the online stuff for the Wii U, and I thought that the 3DS stuff was coming with it, but maybe not. Though I find it hilarious that Nintendo's like, we're getting rid of our old services. Eat it. versus Sony, that's like, we're gonna pull servers to the PS3, and everyone's like, no, don't. They're like, okay, we won't. Because still, there's like a bunch of stuff on the PS3 that you can't download on modern consoles, so it's probably for that. StreetPass is still on, Spot Pass is still different. Right. Yeah, I'd assume that StreetPass would still work. So yeah, that'd be an interesting experiment. I went around Europe's most 5 crowded cities, and you never believe the amount of StreetPass viewers that I got. That'd be hilarious if like someone made a whole entire channel about that. He just goes travels around with his 3DS on him. And, like every single time, it's more or less the same concept, but he's like in a different area. So I imagine it'd be like 2, or like 3, or like 1. So I guess the concept to get old really quickly, but hey, there are channels that more or less do the same video over and over, so I don't know. NetPass kind of loses its charm of StreetPass though. You know, you find them on the street just by walking by. Right. Yeah, I do remember that, taking my 3DS with me on walks and being like, you found Steven! And be like, who in my town was also with a 3DS? Trying to remember who I walked by. Some people still do StreetPass spots like you mentioned. Yeah, no doubt there'll probably still be, you know, like, I don't know, people being like, getting on Reddit and like, StreetPass enthusiasts gather at so-and-so booth at 1 PM on Saturday, right? Or maybe just bring them with them, just for the sake of it. I don't know. But at this point, it'd more or less just be, if I did it, it'd be me just bringing it for the sake of bringing it, right? It'd be like an unnecessary bulky item in my pocket that I'm not going to use anything for anything else rather than StreetPass. Unless I want to like play something, which is, you know, hey, you got my phone, so a bit obsolete, but I remember I had like tons of games on my 3DS. Because I think I got like extra storage space, so I could just keep them like downloading like tons of games. So anything that I downloaded on there, I never deleted. So I just got like heaps and heaps of games. Guess that's kind of the point of portable consoles, right? Exactly. And that was more or less exactly the idea of StreetPass, right? So, and you know, it's not something they could like stop supporting, so people still want to do it. They can. What is this song? Oh, it's Celeste again. Oh, that's right. Oh, it's the end of that track. I see. What else we got? Have we played every song in the playlist? We have. Oh, almost. There's a couple that didn't play, but give me this. Give me StarCraft music. Yeah, though I think this might be kind of low. These songs. It's like all the songs for some reason have like a lower like bit rate, like lower quality. So For some reason they're always a bit lower. Not sure why. What if I took the bus around my city for my 3DS for 3 days to see how many street passes I get? Probably like 2, right? Hey, you never know until you try. Document it and put it on YouTube and make your thumbnail where you're like, can't believe your 3DS, and have it open, and then make sure the chroma key the screen out and have like a big question mark or like a censored version on it. But you won't believe. People won't. They'll absolutely have to click. I took my 3DS around Europe. Yeah, man. I think it's like the fascination of like some videos. People like want to know the answer. You always see those videos with like people looking at something, but there's something, or it's like the before and after, but the after image is always censored out, so they always like want to know what the after is, right? It's that as well. It's the curiosity that always gets people. To be fair, I've watched a bunch of those videos myself, but even the end result was kind of like, eh. But hey, they got me. They got my click. Yeah, but to be fair, that is a kind of algorithm that a lot of people have been playing on YouTube for like the longest time. Like horror themed channels, whenever like a new big horror game comes out, they never label it. Oh, it's it's Silent Hill 2 remake. They always label it "scariest game I've ever played" in all caps. So people are always like, I want to see the scariest game that you ever played, right? Versus, oh, Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I guess I can give that a miss. The algorithm ruins content. Yeah. Especially when like you start to look into something. It's like I want to be, I watched like one video and then YouTube's like, hey, you watched that one video, you want more? And I'm like, no, I just want to watch this one thing. No, it just keeps on recommending me more videos by whoever that content creator is for months. It's like, ugh. It's like what's happening to games. People are so focused on graphics, the fun barely has become the point. Well, to be fair, that has been the testament of games. That's been the argument for generations. Like way back in Nintendo NES versus Sega, it was always Sega has better graphics, therefore the better, superior console. So yeah, that's something that's never going to go away. People always want to push the point to be like, my choice is better because they always want to feel superior, I guess. But I say, who cares, and do what you want. I don't know. I've never been one really that gets wrapped up in drama and pointless arguments. So I'd rather just steer clear and do my own thing. And if somebody points at your favorite game they're having a blast at, and it's like, they're like, hey, I want to play it because it looks bad, you're like, alright, play Call of Duty for like the 19,000th time. You do your thing and I'll do mine. I'll be getting deep engrossed in this story while you're pretending to shoot a gun. Doesn't mean it's good, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what are some of my favorite games that kind of have bad graphics. None really come to mind, but I mean, I played a lot of Mario 1 back in the day, the original Mario Brothers, and I love that game. So that's like a limited color scheme, palette, graphics, and whatnot. So I don't know. But didn't stop me from playing it. I don't know. I guess like a lot of people have different tastes that caters to them, right? And everyone's wired differently. Everyone's brains work slightly different depending on your upbringing and what you were exposed to when you were younger. So that's why they have X amount of products in supermarkets, but it's all the same product, right? We have these chocolates that are cheap, poorer quality, but we also have these other chocolates that are more expensive and apparently better quality, but I bet you probably couldn't tell the difference if you were blindfolded. I mean, I don't want my games to look like E.T., but I don't play games to count the hairs on some guy's armpits, right? True. To be fair, I've been playing the new Indiana Jones, and every time I like look at a cutscene, I'm like, damn, it looks good, but... I don't know. If anything, it's like a bit too distracting if it looks too good. Yeah, one of my most enjoyable games that I played in recently. Well, I say recently, but I probably played it like a year ago. Was Inscription, and that's not really highly graphically intensive, so. Guess that's an example. Point is, graphics should be a factor and not a make and break. Yeah, but for some people, it is. So, but more it's for the casual gamer, right? For the person that works a 9 to 5 and they want to just play a game, and if anything, it's more likely to be a game with a gun or a game with a ball. So, because I was actually super surprised. It's like, you know, the most selling games of like every year is always the 2K sports games or your Call of Duty. So, and Call of Duty is still doing well. I remember it was blowing my mind when like Black Ops was like #1, and then the next Call of Duty after that was like #1 the next year, and it's still very popular. So I think it's kind of like it's evolved a bit. It's taken on that whole entire battle royale setting. So yeah. I don't know. Though I guess with games are more I usually lean towards like new experiences. Like if it's something that I've seen before, I just kind of get a bit bored. To be honest, I'm more enthralled to play a game if it's something fresh and new versus, oh, it's a thing again. I played this before. I've done this. Right, I've done it already. So that's why I probably couldn't play, like, you know, the same game I played the year before, but play it again, and it's slightly different version. Though to be fair, those kind of people, they just have to play, they have to pay for one game a year, so. Versus where I'm paying for many games a year. Like people that love, you know, your Madden or your Call of Duty or your NBA 2K, they just have to pay for that one game, and they're set. And the next year they pay for the next one. So, yeah. And I guess it's because like online has become like a huge thing, right? So they know they're gonna get the next one because everyone else is getting the next one, right? And they're gonna have plenty of people to play with. It's already so huge, right? So no lack of people to play with. Is this the last ceremony draw for this sequence? Yes, it is. Hooray. Ooh. Some serious IPs had just become too big to fail. Yeah, exactly. Well, to be fair, yeah. Then again, I guess like, yeah, I guess even if they released a bad one, it could still do well, right? Or they could always be like, hey, we're returning to our roots next year, and then it becomes great again. Yeah, I'm just thinking if like expectations get so high, the next one they release, it's like nobody likes the next one, they don't buy it. Be an absolute dog if Nintendo, if a Mario game releases, Nintendo can just take the hit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even when what is it? Skyward Sword came out, like we all thought that Zelda was too big to fail, but Skyward Sword came out and everyone fucking hated it. So to be fair, it was not really that great, and it also came out the exact same day that Skyrim did. So yeah, I'm guessing that was Nintendo looking at Skyrim, being like, yeah, we can do something like that. So that's exactly probably what happened, and then the open world Zelda was born. Okay.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, there we are. Nice.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
And then he springs out. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent.
Ow!
I wonder if maybe that's a bit too fast or a bit too jarring. Yeah, it should be okay. That's alright. Alright. That might do it for now. I'll save. Can't you just going boring? Yeah, exactly. Alright, I'll save and then we can pick this off next week. Yes. Yeah, because I wanted to more or less stream for like a couple of hours and then, you know, and then just chill out for the rest of the day. Oh. I don't know. I can't like draw all day like I used to. I got old man hands now. Ugh. Damn. Yeah, because I remember when I had no job, I was more or less like drawing for like 10 hours straight. Oh, to be fair, I wasn't like drawing the whole entire time. I was like, yeah, looking at stuff. I was taking like mini breaks and whatnot. So, yeah. Yeah. Actually, can I play this on entire sequence now? Yeah, I will. Just to show it off, show you where I'm at. There's like a bit in the middle. Obviously, need some work, but just to see where the shit.
Hey, thanks for letting me stay in your tent, you guys. I really appreciate. Senpai? Are you okay?
What is actually happening?
Hey, Senpai, what's up?
What Yosuke is seeing.
Care to join us?
You're not still not into that part.
Senpai, what?
Dude, no! What if it's contagious, dude? I love women, dude!
So do I!
No, you don't, dude!
Nuh-uh, man! I totally love chicks!
I love chicks more!
If that's what you think, I'm gonna go hit the girls' tent right now! Because I love women!
Yeah, you can see that they're definitely like where I need to animate some more, but still. Yeah, this thing's getting closer. So, yeah, a bit more and we'll be there. Excellent. Yeah, because I more or less need to do like all the roughs, and then I'll send it over to my other guy, and then he'll draw over all of it. He'll clean it up. So, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, so cheers everyone that stopped by. Excellent, excellent. Oh, went wow. Love it. Ah, cheers. Yes. It's a slow process, but hey, it'll get there eventually. All right. I'll catch y'all next time then. Until then, join the Discord, I guess. I'll post in there next time before I go live. All right. I'll see y'all then. Goodbye.